Hello students, today we are going to learn the story of paper from English literature of grade 5. So let's start. Our topic is the history of manufacturing paper. So over here we are going to learn the background history of manufacturing paper. At first comes the wasps, the insects, which are the oldest paper makers, then the Egyptians, then the Chinese, and last of all the modern times. So let's start with the first one, the process of making paper by the wasps. We already know that these insects are considered to be the oldest paper makers of the world. They chew on wood shaving of fence posts, and by continuous chewing they make the wood pulp, which actually looks like paper, and that paper is gray in color, and that gray paper is used as the walls of the nest. Let me show you the picture of their nest. This is the nest. This is the nest. And over here you can see this is the insects which is busy in making their nest. Then come the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians used to make the paper out of peat of papyrus plant. I'll show you the picture of that plant. That plant used to grow beside the river Nile, and today the word paper is derived from the word papyrus. Here is the picture of the papyrus plant. This is how the plant looks like, and this is the paper the ancient Egyptians used to make. This is how the paper used to look like that time, during that time. Then comes the Chinese people. The Chinese people used to make the paper out of old linen rags, old slipper, hemp ropes, and fishing nets. And these things were beaten to fine pulp with water, and those pulp were dried in thin layers in the sunshine. And after drying, those layers actually turned into papers. Let me show you the process. The Chinese paper making process, almost 2500 years ago. Here they are collecting the hemp ropes and other things. Here they are beating them with water, and then they are making the pulp, and after drying those pulp, the thin layers, they used to make the paper. So this is the full process by the Chinese people. Then comes the paper in modern time. In modern times, the paper is made in the paper mills, and the raw material for paper making is the aspartogras and the wood pulp. These two things are the raw materials for the paper. So this is how the aspartogras looks like. In the present time, the paper making process is very fast. So we will discuss it in the next class elaborately. So the recaps about today's class. The first one, the wasps are the oldest paper makers of the world. Then the Egyptians used to make the paper from the peat of papyrus. Then comes the Chinese, who used to make the paper from old rags. And then in modern time, the paper is made in the paper mills out of aspartogras and wood pulp. So I hope you have understood all the things properly about the history of making paper. So next class we'll discuss the paper making process in the modern time. So till then, bye bye and thank you.